and welcome back to my forever world. Whole heap and bunch of pumpkins, we all know what that means. Means that we have another build coming. Whee! My mouse feels weird. As mentioned at either the trial chambers or the ocean monument or both, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be building a nice little flower shop for myself. I have a whole bunch of materials right here to be using it, and I honestly kind of think this is going to be a disaster. The semester has just started and it has taken up a lot of my attention. Let's see if I studied this build enough to be able to do it well. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making sure that I have the correct placement of pale oak and cherry logs, which will be stripped at the end when all of them are placed. This is going to be covered, so it doesn't really matter what the one below it is. I'm already checking to see what I did for dimensions and whatnot, and we can already tell how great this is going to go. For these three, it's going to be cherry, oak, pale, or pale oak, whatever, whichever word we would like to use. And these are actually going to be one more low with some more and then cherry. I took very terrible reference photos for this build. This is I'm wondering how long this is going to take. And so we're going to copy with this side. And now I'm getting emotional Minecraft music. It never really comes across in the videos. It's one of the ones that I don't know the name of. Alright, so we have this portion done. I'm just kind of photocopying everything from one side to the other. And now we're going to set up the back area. Okay, yeah, okay. Goodbye for a moment, everyone. I'm having to reset my computer because something is up with my mouse. And we're back. Hopefully this goes smoother. Get rid of some of these and get these ready. Still going off the same images that are not the best formatted, but then again, who else's fault would that be beside my own? I'm gonna blame my roommate. Sorry if you're watching this. Knocking these out of the way. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one's going to be a pink one. This is going to start pink, but it actually goes kind of like higher. It's kind of like a line that goes up towards the top of it. Pink, pink, white, white. There we are. Beautiful. And like I said, I'm definitely going to be stripping all of this wood later because it definitely is not exactly what I would want to see for it at the moment. It's going to look much brighter and more cute, kind of like my bedroom. We have a bunch of stuff that kind of represents my bedroom, that represents kind of me in this world. We would have the bedroom, we have the other book for the bookworms, and now we're going to be having this shop. A lot of fun. How much fun? A lot of it. All right, so let's get started on the front because I think that's just the best place to start typically. That should go 4 up. Did I bring scaffolding? Is this going to be trip number 1 to my storage room? Well, look at that. Trip number 1 to my storage room. It should go up 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the 4th one comes across such as this. Oh, darn. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come over there. Ow. That hurt. And then, so the door is going to be there. Do I have the doors? Don't tell me that I didn't even bring... we'll start on something else then. Let's just keep building up the walls and all that kind of stuff. So 1, 2, 3. Well, technically 4, but whatever. So this is the part that's going to be a little different. We're going to have a bunch of windows and stuff like that. So we're going to do 1, 2, and then boop. Put some more cherry wood. Good to go. And of course, we're going to be copying the exact same on this side just so that everything goes nice and smoothly. These also just build up normally, so we'll build these up to 4. It's the roof, like honestly, the structure of the build is not really the thing that's like kind of making me nervous. It's more the inside and the roof that's making me nervous because I have once again, I have just another super specific plan for it. and I'm just nervous that I'm going to do it wrong. Build the rest of these up. And then, like I said, it's going to be built up with the cherry wood kind of going up and across. So let me pull up that photo. There's going to be several cuts here from me going back and forth on photos. This goes out one more. This goes up another. Because it has to, yeah, it has to reach this level. And it also, oops, ouch, owie, comes out that way. Get this and that. And then the empty spaces that you're seeing right here are going to be filled with glass. I'm going to be putting a bunch of glass in these areas so that people can look in, see the nice flowers that we got going and all that kind of stuff. Oh my lord, I am so absolutely nervous about this build. I don't know why. Oh my goodness, this is literally just me playing Minecraft and I'm like having like an excessive heartbeat. Takk, just, you know, take a pill. Like I don't need to be worried this much. As I was coming up here to sleep, I realized that I had a bed down there. But how could I ever abandon the original? How could I ever, like, nothing would ever separate me from you, baby. You know, nothing would ever really, you know, do that. You know, gotta, you know, yeah, you have that one that you go to and okay, you know what, that I'm not going to continue that joke. I'm not a sleaze, I swear. What happens with the roof is that it goes up one. So this is kind of like the, I guess the roof, but like there's going to be a little bit of an overhang that comes down and it's going to be one higher than the other one. Hey baby, you know, I just had to go see her, you know, at the nighttime, you know. We had to, you know, make sure everything's going, but I mean, it's nothing, we're not doing anything, so it's not anything that we need to be worried about. Just make the flower shop. Why? Okay, never mind. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely being a little sleazy right now. But it's all a joke. It's all a joke. No one would ever actually date me anyway. And now we will get started on the ceiling. And I'm just kind of waiting for my heart to start pumping again. It's gonna be pink. It's gonna be a pink one. I never actually came to a final design on this build because I just, like I said, I didn't really have, when it comes to the semester starting for college and whatnot, I couldn't really come to a final design when it comes to the roof and specific parts of its design. But you know what? We are just gonna wing it because who doesn't just want to wing it? Yeah, okay. I was about to say that better fix itself. And it did. Look at that. Whoop. Okay. Oh, I didn't build up the rest of this. I am a mess, if anyone could tell. For all of the parts that are not the front area, the pink and pink matches, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing the alternative to whichever color it is, which means that these puppies are going to be pink. Boop. Very loud alarm. Of course. Is anyone surprised? When does it not rain in my world? So I would like to be making more shops. That will eventually be the end goal for the little town, you know. Everything is going to have a purpose. I don't know if I went over this actually. The different shops that I build is just going to be mostly actually for storage because my storage room, as you can tell, with it being a 7x7 square part of my tower, it doesn't really give me much room, and I don't very much like my basement considering it is just a 7x7 block of dirt with some chests in it. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be building these. Oh my gosh, how many times am I going to do that? I'm going to be building these buildings to basically just be for spare storage. Oh, okay. You know what? If you can't mess it up, I was about to say if you can't mess it up one way, mess it up another, but how about we mess it up another? So this is going to be for, oh my gosh, all forms of nature. It's going to be for plants, for flowers, for saplings, which, you know, I very much like the idea. I already have a few other ideas for other buildings and shops in the world, which we will get to eventually after this one. One of them going to be a kind of like gothic clothing shop that looks like a manor or a castle. That's going to be for the armor and trims. And then I'm going to have a pottery building for all types of stone and all that kind of stuff, because stone, obviously, it has like a very large majority of things that can be in this world, you know, diorite, andesite, cobblestone, stone itself, deep slate, all that kind of stuff. And then I have another one that's going to be a fishing shop where I'm going to be keeping fishing stuff, which, you know, I don't very much have a lot of it, but I like the idea that was come up for it, because we basically have the roof mostly done, not entirely. I'm going to be stripping all this wood and getting it all down and out of the way. I just looked at my microphone and I thought I wasn't recording audio. That really scared me for a moment. I'm getting a little too nervous. I'm gonna fix it. Oof. Oh, heaping gigantic hurt. And look at that. I think it already looks substantially better having the wood be stripped. And next what I'm going to be doing is putting in the glass. We're going to have little displays here for flowers and all that kind of stuff for when people come into the shop, so that they can, you know, see some of the flowers that they'd be getting. And actually, I just kind of remembered part of the ceiling is actually meant for rain. So hopefully, you know, its timing is better later on. I believe I'm going to need more glass for the ceiling. So guess what? Trip number 3 to my house. It's turning night, so I definitely will be sleeping. That means that we'll probably not be able to have it rain when I wanted it to, but whatever. My world just loves to be very contradictory. You know, here we are. You know I said that I had to go back to the house at nighttime, but and here I am trying to just build a nice flower shop, and now I have this stupid ongoing joke for this one. All right, I think what I want to do next is I want to get the floor plan. Let's make sure that we're getting everything, that we're getting everything as correct as we possibly can be getting it. There's going to be specific portions of this build that remain grass so that flowers can be seen. Dear Lord, I'm staring directly at a photo that shows me what I want it to be, and I don't even know. But you know what? That's just how life is sometimes. 1, 2, same on this one. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So those sides are going to remain all grass, and I'm going to be putting these to separate them so that I do not, accidentally dig them up when I'm clearing out this center section. I really very much like the addition of pale oak. You know, it's always nice to have like a good variety of the material that you want to use, different textures and all that kind of stuff, because I don't think quartz would have looked very good trying with this build. I don't think diorite would have looked very good. Pale oak just kind of fits perfectly with what I was going for. And now I get to clear up all of this. Something else that we're going to be doing with this floor is we're going to be doing a little decorative stuff. What we're going to be doing is some nice rainbow stuff. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, magenta, pink. Purple, magenta, pink. I think that's how that goes. Do I know for sure? No. Something that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding a little center desk here that is going to be for me to go in and out with for checkout and all that kind of stuff. Make sure that everything goes well. Make sure that everything is all nice and dandy. Do this. Get it all circled around. Ooh, nope. I'm doing the dimensions wrong. Get out of here. This entire build has just been a complete and utter disaster. Actually, not really. This build is actually going significantly better than I thought that it would, which is perfectly fine by me. And this was the build that I was like trying to be like very specific about how many materials I had. And it's, you know, just one after another of I didn't get it right. Oh, right. Actually, I would have had the correct amount. Yeah, there's no corners to the desk. Let's also do, you know, the proper thing for the rest of the floor instead of just leaving it as a completely open gap. Let's get it all down this way. And then, like everything else, like every other piece of wood in this build, I'm going to have to strip it. I think I did this one too far. This is how it's supposed to be. But it's supposed to be... no way I got the dimensions of this store wrong. There's absolutely no way. So wait, hold on. Okay, another cut as I'm checking dimensions. I went and checked, and the only thing that I got wrong is I made the desk be one too close. So actually, I'm gonna dig up all the concrete powder as well. This needs to be right here. Perfection. Yeah, the desk being a little too close to the back made it a little compact for what I'm going for. So I'm going to put these in their places. And then what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be stripping the floor and doing a little bit of another huge decorative thing right over the desk. You know what? We're gonna wing it. Don't look back at the bed. Don't look back at the bed. Don't look back at the bed. As you can see with my balconies there, and as you probably saw earlier in the video with my pool, I pretty much have a pretty good thing for pink stuff and hearts. So, something else that I'm going to be doing in this store is I'm going to be building a nice gigantic heart that is popping up and out of this build. It's going to be coming out directly from the center of the desk. It's going to be hanging right over whoever's working so that there can just be a nice big heart for everyone to see the moment that they walk in, the moment that they're walking by even. Hopefully people just look at it and they say, wow, what a beautiful heart. Let's go buy some of those flowers. Let's go get some of that stuff. Where's the wool? I need it. There it is. Beautiful. Let's get started with this flower. So we got this. 1, 2, 3. 2 on top. And let's get a nice view of it. Let's see if we can get on top of this little area of the sheep. Oh, beautiful. A little small comparatively to the building. So I will say that I might make it a little bigger in the future off camera, but at the moment I'm kind of getting things going here, so I'm just gonna leave it be and get started on the rest of the roof, which is going to be some more glass stuff, which is just going to be a lot of fun for me to deal with. And the only thing that is making me feel better about the fact that I'm having to do this is I now have Silk Touch on my tools. If it comes as a surprise, it's going to be right over each color that it is associated with. Red being red and whatnot, if that was not clear enough. And now we can get started on the glass. Blue, purple, magenta. And then, am I doing it one short? Oh, please don't tell me I'm doing it one short. Don't look at me. Don't. I forgot to bring these up as they are meant to be. So, it's basically just supposed to go up one more for each of them. And I had completely forgot about it. This is probably going to be a very short video just due to the editing. But then again, it's another thing when it comes to, life just getting in the way. And I want to, I still want to, I'm probably going to leave this entire rambling in while I'm doing this. But, yeah, I still do very badly want to make videos and all that kind of stuff. But life will be most likely getting in the way pretty much the large majority of the time. So, I'm going to be, I'm hopefully going to be making this as watchable as possible. And if it's not, I completely, I completely understand. This has been a pretty huge wreck, from what I can tell. And you know what? We're gonna live with it. We're gonna keep going. I think we're good. I think we're fine. I think it'll be all right. Something that I'm doing right now is that I have to make it to where all of these the grass areas are left completely uncovered by anything, and these areas are going to have wood blocks on top of them, and then the inside portions are going to be filled with glass so that, a shopper that's just walking throughout the store doesn't get rained on. But the flowers, as needed, even if not visited by me because of how terrible I am at taking care of floral life, even with my immense absence that is most likely going to be there, they will still be able to live. They'll still be able to thrive in this world as I am constantly distracted and panicking over things that do not warrant panic in the slightest. Some more of the pale oak blocks. I'll get rid of the dirt blocks in a moment, but while I'm up here, I was about to say I'll put down the colored glass blocks, but I do not have them on me anymore. So might as well take these down anyway. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, no. I think we're now at the point to where we have all just grown to accept it. Some builds go terribly, and the rest of this build is going to be filled with glass, while the flower areas that are going to have the flowers, if you could guess that by me calling it flower areas, will be left open. As well as the desk, because this is a corporate location and they hate their employees. I think that we got it pretty darn secure. Yeah, let's get the slabs going. I'm gonna be getting the slabs out of the way, making sure that everything looks just fabulously. I think we got it going. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. And if you don't know what I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. Alrighty. So, I think that the final thing to do is indoor decorations, such as lighting and actually adding these gosh darn flowers. You know what? I've been a little too focused on trying to get everything super perfect in this place. But these are flowers. They live. They thrive once given a place and it be securely taken care of. 3 of those there, 3 of these here, this one right here, this one right here, do that one and that one. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 pink, and then 2 white. My favorite flowers, of course, the allium, are going to be on the desk, as I will be one of the main workers in this establishment. And I wanted to see, can I put this on there? I'm a genius. I am a genius. I don't have the ones from the sniffer yet because I haven't obtained said sniffer, but I think that we are actually kind of all set. I just realized I forgot one more. Yeah, one more set of flowers that I'm going to be having. Beautiful sunflowers, because the sun rises this way, so it's nice that, you know, you're walking through, you get a nice little peek at some of these flowers that we got here, the sunflowers, and we can add a beautiful sign. I should, you know, whatever, might as well. Doesn't matter. I was gonna have a chain. I forgot to bring one. If you're shocked that I forgot something, and we're gonna name it. Oop, my caps lock is on. Takk's Blossoms. I will say that the majority of this video probably will just be a bunch of cuts with random things that I am doing. I think this will be my 3rd time talking about it. This is the start of the college semester this week, and it has been a major stress to me. But I am still going to be doing my best, no matter what. I'm going to try to get videos out. I had gotten into a pretty good rhythm of doing it weekly, but I'm not exactly sure how consistent that's going to be, and I apologize for that. I hope that you all do remain somewhat interested with me and my forever world, because this world is forever. I would like it to be a continuous passion project, I suppose, of mine, where I can just come here whenever I am having a low moment or need a boost of some form of fun. And I hope that it can be a little bit of fun for you all too. And now that it has looked like it's about to turn night, let's get our first little peek view at Takk's Blossoms. Hello everyone, Takk from the future here, just for a quick little update on some of the design, particularly exterior. As you can see, we still have our beautiful sunflowers, but we also have some of the wildflowers that continuously circle the entire building. On top of that, I was able to put lanterns and a couple torches on the outside so that it stays a little more bright and lit up all during the night. I added a couple slabs here as well because I thought the wall looked a little bland, so I wanted to add something there. Again, not too much changed on the interior, but I still do love it with all of my heart. And I can most certainly get used to this view from my patio balcony every single morning. Now back to TakkAttackA of the past. I am very happy with how it turned out. I'm glad with its placement as well. Something I was arguing with myself was where to put it. And I'm glad that I put it in front of my house. I'm glad that I can walk out to my balcony, see this silly bowl of ice cream right next to a gigantic heart where a bunch of floral life can blossom. I hope that you all have enjoyed the mess of clips and and mess of my stress, my completely unnecessary stress, because this is, literally just me building a flower shop that I designed. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope that you all, if your college or schools or whatnot are restarted, if you are starting a new job, if you are doing something that causes you stress, I hope that maybe this clip or any other clips of mine have made a slight relief of the day, a slight blossom of an experience. I hope you all have a nice night, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. Oh, one heart.